Hi guys, this year is absolutely different in the professional golf than previous one. In many cases it's related with the LIV Golf League, LIV, who have changed the rules and who have made the, some kind of the drama in the professional golf and in the golf industry. And in many cases it's relative with the such a figure as the Cameron Smith. At least during the last 2 or 3 weeks it's relative with the Cameron Smith, mostly because Cameron Smith have decided to play in the LIV Golf League after finishing of this season, and after he will play in the last stage in the playoff, FedEx Cup playoff, with very serious money. And the intrigue of this situation is rising because, as we have seen in the previous 3 days, after previous 3 days on the FedEx State George Championship, Cameron Smith is on the third position with only 2 shots after leader, Gigi Spawn, but we will return to this subject a little bit later. And he's my most strong competitor on this tournament, and during the last season, this season, Scotty Scheffler have not made a cut, and in this connection he could not receive the points on this event. Before that, the Scotty Scheffler was on the first position, and the Cameron Smith was on the third position. But actually, if we will take a look, we will find that in the points, Cameron Smith was on the second position with 2,335 points, and Scotty Scheffler 3,556 points. But the Scottish Scheffler have played perfectly this year, but just in the beginning and in the middle of the season. But currently, Cameron Smith have played perfectly during all the season. In the beginning of the season, he have made a new record in the scoring after 4 days and after 3 days, and plus that, he have won one of the last major, the Open, and it was amazingly huge intrigue after that. And for me, for example, it will be only one problem, that Cameron Smith is going to play in the LIV Golf League, because you see that it was highly interesting to take analysis of his best rounds performance. And this connection, it's big. For me personally, it's the big problem that the next season it will be impossible to analyze the Cameron Smith statistics. But certainly there are many golfers in the PGA Tour who are interested exactly in this point of view, and we can say that, for example, Gigi Spawn, just one round maybe, but highly interesting one round. It was the first round for him on this event, and we can see that he was amazingly huge, amazingly excellent in the putting and approaching in this day, and that is highly necessary for achieving such a huge results as -8. I have made a lot of video about this subject before, and as for me, the most important components of such beautiful rounds, very unusual even for professional golfers, are first of all the approaching proximity, and plus that first putt proximity, because the first putt proximity is highly and seriously rising the probability of the first putt, the one putt. So if your first putt proximity on all 18 holes is close to 1 feet, you have many reasons to expect that maybe 6, 7 or even more of your putts will finish in the hole exactly. So you will have just one putt on those holes. And that is a situation which will happen with the Gigi Spawn, such as with many other golfers, including Cameron Smith in his best rounds. So we can see that on the first hole, in many cases, he have achieved a good advantage exactly from the putting, because his approaching was good but not perfect. On the second hole, we will talk just about the birdies. On the second hole, it was excellent approaching, first of all. So he have raised shots exactly from approaching. On the ninth hole, his short birdie. Again, we can see that excellent putting, because probability to make one putt from 70 feet and 8 inches is very close to 15%, something like that. And this connection he converted 15% probability in 100% probability, and that is good advantage. On the 10th hole, his fourth birdie, it was a very good approach, but plus that it was a very good putting also. On the next hole, 11, it was mostly relative with the approaching, because his putting was 50-50 probability approximately. In this connection, he converted 15% probability and a putting in the birdie, and approaching again, because amazingly huge accuracy for the approach from 128 yards, 3 feet and 3 inches only. And par 5 hole, not so many par 5 holes on this course. And here we can see that again approaching was amazingly perfect. The second shot, which was finished on the fringe of the green, just in 16 feet to the pin position to the hole, and he couldn't make a one putt, but we can see that from the fringe 11 inches only was the distance. Actually, game from the fringe is not putting. Yeah, statistically it's not putting, and it's not the putt of the green. Okay, and on the last hole, his 8th birdie, and again we can see that it's mostly relative with the putting. It was quite good, better than average approaching, but plus that putting. And this connection he have raised approximately 2.725 shots from the approaching, but he have raised maybe 0.5 shots from the putting. And it was relative with his statistics, because the greens and regulations were 83%, and the strokes gained from the putting 3.38. But for today, it's highly important the next 2 days also, because in the next 2 days his statistics was not so perfect, and exactly putting, because we have seen that in the first day he have putting much more better than his average statistics. In the next 2 days he have played totally just in the average, because he have lost for those 2 days from the putting approximately 0.27 shots. So in this case, his advantage was 5 shots. Just a second. Yes, 5 shots in the first day, after first day against Cameron Smith. In the second day, his disadvantage was 3 shots, and after third day, disadvantage became just 2 shots. It's reasonable to expect that Cameron Smith have much more better statistics of playing in the last rounds, in the last days, than the Gigi Spahn. And this connection, it seems that the struggle between him and Cameron Smith will be highly interesting today. The same situation with the Will Zalatoris, because we need to say that Will Zalatoris have started not so perfectly, and the first day he have played 1 shot more higher than par, but after that he have perfect second round, 63, and also better than Cameron Smith the third round, 65. In this case, we can expect that the Will Zalatoris will also highly influenced in the struggle today. Plus that, certainly we can expect something interesting from Sam Jaim. Sam Barnes on the good position after first 3 days, and he is highly motivated to play much more seriously. And plus that, Matt Fitzpatrick have experience in the winning Tomofino was highly strong during the last some weeks, and this connection, the struggle will is not finishing; it's just beginning. So it will be highly interesting, and exactly it will be interesting as intrigue of the Cameron Smith position in the um, FedEx Cup Standings, because you know that it's not so many tournaments till the finish, and most interesting event of the playoff of the FedEx in the end of this season. Thank you very much for your attention, guys. So if we will talk about just the expectations, I expect that maybe after last day, Will Salatoris and Cameron Smith will be higher on the higher position than the Gigi Spawn. But in many cases, I expect it's my the expectation. From the other side, I will prefer that Gigi Spawn will win, because I'm also highly interested when the more and more guys are winning. And in my opinion, it's amazingly huge opportunity for those guys who are staying to play in the PGA Tour, because we need to say that maybe 25 or something like that golfers, strong golfers, who had many reasons to win in the PGA Tour. Currently, they are playing in the Leaf Golf, and this connection they couldn't play in the PGA Tour. And in my opinion, more professional tournaments, the better for golf, because I think that altogether the golfers, maybe not functionaries of the golf, but the golfers are more interesting than the total. That the total prize money for them will be much more higher than they were before. And in this connection, currently, maybe United States economy have not reasons to give such a advantage in the payment for their professional career than Saudis or something like that, such as in Europe. The companies are not ready to pay to the former European tour professionals, and currently, as we know, the Dubai company is the general sponsor of the former European tour. So situation is changing in this connection. That I'm happy that I can see more golf with the different formats, thanks to the Leaf Golf Tournament, Leaf Golf League, and in this connection, that more events and more different events, it's better. In my opinion, it's much more better than just concentration on one of tour, even such excellent and amazing as the PGA Tour. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a good day. Have a good game. Bye bye.